The invasion of Poland was a joint attack on the Republic of Poland by Nazi Germany, the Slovak Republic, and the Soviet Union, which marked the beginning of World War II. The German invasion began on September 1st, 1939, 1 week after the signing of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact between Germany and the Soviet Union, and 1 day after the Supreme Soviet of the Soviet Union had approved the pact. The Soviets invaded Poland on September 17th. The campaign ended on October 6th with Germany and the Soviet Union dividing and annexing the whole of Poland under the terms of the German-Soviet Frontier Treaty. Following several German-staged incidents, such as the Gleiwitz incident, part of Operation Himmler, which German propaganda used as a pretext to claim that German forces were acting in self-defense. One of the first acts of war took place on September 1st, 1939. At 4:45, the old German pre-dreadnought battleship Schleswig-Holstein opened fire on the Polish military transit depot and coastal fort at Westerplatte, in the Free City of Danzig, on the Baltic Sea. However, in many places, German units crossed the Polish border even before that time. Around then, the Luftwaffe attacked a number of military and civilian targets, including Weiland, the first large-scale city bombing of the war. At 8 o'clock, German troops, still without a formal declaration of war issued, attacked near the Polish village of Mokra. The Battle of the Border had begun. Later that day, the Germans attacked Poland's western, southern, and northern borders, and German aircraft began raids on Polish cities. The main axis of attack led eastwards from Germany through the western Polish border. Supporting attacks came from East Prussia in the north, and a joint German-Slovak tertiary attack by units from the German-allied Slovak Republic in the south. All three assaults converged on the Polish capital, Warsaw. France and Britain declared war on Germany on September 3rd, but failed to provide any meaningful support. The German-French border saw only a few minor skirmishes, and most German forces, including 85% of armored forces, were engaged in Poland. Despite some Polish successes in minor border battles, the German technical, operational, and numerical superiority forced the Polish armies to retreat from the borders towards Warsaw and Lwów. The Luftwaffe gained air superiority early in the campaign by destroying communications. The Luftwaffe increased the pace of the advance, which overran Polish airstrips and early warning signs, causing logistical problems for the Poles. Many Polish Air Force units ran low on supplies, and 98 of their number withdrew into neutral Romania. The Polish initial strength of 400 was reduced to 54 by September 14th, and air opposition virtually ceased, with the main Polish air bases destroyed during the first 48 hours of the war. Germany attacked from three directions only. Gunther von Kluge led 20 divisions that entered the Polish corridor and met a second force heading to Warsaw from East Prussia. Gerd von Rundstedt's 35 divisions attacked southern Poland. By September 3rd, when von Kluge in the north had reached the Vistula River, then some 10 kilometers from the German border, and George von Kuckler was approaching the Narew River, Walther von Reichenau's armor was already beyond the Vartar River. 2 days later, his left wing was well to the rear of Lodz and his right wing at the town of Kielce. On September 7th, the defenders of Warsaw had fallen back to a 48 kilometers line paralleling the Vistula River, where they rallied against German tank thrusts. The defensive line ran between Plonsk and Poltusk, respectively northwest and northeast of Warsaw. The right wing of the Poles had been hammered back from Ciechano, about 40 kilometers northwest of Poltusk, and was pivoting on Plonsk. At one stage, the Poles were driven from Poltusk, and the Germans threatened to turn the Polish flank and thrust onto the Vistula. In Warsaw, Pultusk, however, was regained in the face of withering German fire. Many German tanks were captured after a German attack had pierced the line, but the Polish defenders outflanked them. By September 8th, one of Reichenau's armored corps, having advanced 225 kilometers during the first week of the campaign, reached the outskirts of Warsaw. Light divisions on Reichenau's right were on the Vistula between Warsaw and the town of Sandomierz by September 9th, and List, in the south, was on the San River north and south of the town of Przemysl. At the same time, Guderian led his Third Army tanks across the Narew, attacking the line of the Bug River that had already encircled Warsaw. All of the German armies made progress in fulfilling their parts of the plan. The Polish armies split up into uncoordinated fragments, some of which were retreating while others were launching disjointed attacks on the nearest German columns.